Film Bohurupi has become one of the biggest commercial successes of Bengali cinema. Released on October 8th this year, Bohurupi has already raked in rupees 17 crore at the box office, and more importantly, it has made rupees 5.5 crore from national multiplexes, which is a first for Bengali cinema. The film is still running to packed houses, but what Bohurupi has ended up doing, more importantly, is the fact that it has perhaps given Bengali film industry, or Tollywood as is commonly known as, a hit-making formula. Now, Bohurupi is a cop and robber story. It's the story of an honest cop played by Bengali superstar Abir Chatterjee, who tries to find a band of bank robbers who are looting one bank after the other in Bengal's hinterland by changing disguises. Now, the robber, the team leader of the robbers, is played by Shiboprosad Mukherjee, who is also the director of the film. And what is interesting is to tell this story, Shivaprasad Mukherjee and Nandita Roy, the director duo, have dug out something from Bengal's hinterland, an art form which has been sidelined in Bengal, in Kolkata's art circles. And though it's an ancient tradition, it has not been talked about much before the film came out. I'm talking about the art of being a Bohurupi. A Bohurupi is a quick change artist, uh, often found in Bengal's hinterland, who goes from village to village performing mythological skits and has the ability to quickly transform himself into someone else. So for instance, if a Bahurupi is Shiva at one moment, all he needs is a tree, to go behind a tree for a couple of minutes, and he will come out becoming Parvati. Now, he can become, like I said, from Shiva to Parvati, or from Ram to Ravan, or any mythological character within a span of a few minutes. Now, it's an art form that is very, very rare. It goes back to ancient times. The British, the British, during the British time, they were used as spies in villages to keep a track on the armed revolutionaries. During in modern times also, various political leaders have used them while canvassing for votes in Bengal's villages, but the art form itself has not been spoken about in Kolkata's art circles. Now, Shivaprasad Mukherjee and Nandita Roy, the director duo of the film, they spent months researching, writing Bahurupi the film, and while doing so, they spent time in Bengal's hinterland, where the Bahurupis are still there and where they still operate. One of the Bahurupis, real life Bahurupis, Nonichora Das Baul, who I had the opportunity to speak to for the print, told me that how now the life of Bahurupis is a very tough life. There are no takers apart from villagers for their art form, and often they have to literally beg to make a living. Since the film released, Nonichora Das Bahul has become an overnight sensation. People are queuing up to for his shows. He's also, I heard he's charging something around 70,000 rupees per show, to perform as a Bohurupi. And like I said, that Bohurupi the film has perhaps ended up giving a hit-making formula to Tollywood is because crowds are flocking in large numbers to see the film, a film which talks about not just a South Kolkata drawing room, but Bengal's hinterland. I spoke to senior entertainment journalist Sudeep Ghosh, who told me that the problem with Bengali cinema thus far, and it's very important to remember here that earlier this year, the director Anurag Kashyap had called Bengali cinema Ghatia, a comment that had not gone down well with Tollywood. And Sudeep Ghosh told me that one of the problems of Bengali cinema so far has been the fact that it is limited to the South Kolkata drawing room. This is a tradition that started with Rituparna Ghosh, who basically, from films like 19 April to Chitrangada, confined the scope of the Bengali cinema to the South Kolkata drawing room. Now, it worked wonderfully for Rituparna Ghosh's cinema, but post him, The filmmakers who came up in Bengal, they have also followed this tradition, with the result that the audience have now gotten bored by only looking at Kolkata's drawing rooms, and the conversations of a Kolkata drawing room. Now, what Bohurupi has managed to do is break that pattern. And Sudip Ghosh told me that this perhaps would be one way forward for Bengali filmmakers to draw in the crowds back to Bengali cinema by going into Bengal's hinterland and pulling out subjects which will appeal to a wider section of Bengal and not just to Kolkata.